MMS messages, but Sprint doesn't have the correct picture mail or MMS server set up. So you need to send it through an email address, which it just adds another step to it. If you're trying to send a picture to someone's phone number, like if it's a Verizon number, it would be their number at vzwpics.com. There's different ones for different providers. I don't know what Sprint's one is, but
that utility will make it a little bit easier.
Yes, that'll make it a little bit easier. Receiving pictures on the Sprint queue, instead of actually giving you the option to just look at the picture, you have to go to the Sprint picture mail site. It's a mess. Sprint really didn't do a good job with the implementation of their software side of things.
As the case with most OEMs and smartphones.
Indeed. The next one, Fox went over this one, I believe, in the Pocket PC Apps That Don't Suck segment. Please still, yes. TCP/MP, the Core Pocket Media Player. The built-in Windows Media Player, it plays WMV files and WMAs, and that's about it. It's okay for music, but otherwise it's useless to me. It just doesn't, whatever. This has played just about everything I've thrown in. It's good for streaming video, audio. I don't really have any files on here I can test, except music. Yeah, it's really simple to use. It'll show you the album art while it's playing. Yeah, you get the idea. It's got a lot of options. If something isn't working properly, there's probably a tweak for it that's already in the menu. It's just full featured. It gives you full control of everything. BeyondPod is an RSS reader for the Q, or Windows Mobile 5. I haven't used it extensively just because I haven't screwed around with RSS feeds all that much, but it's out there and it, for the most part, works. You just have to. The initial setting up is pretty annoying, but once you get past that, it works pretty well. And I can't remember where I put it. There it is. Okay. I have a couple feeds set up, but I haven't updated them because I haven't used this program in a while, so they're probably from 3 months ago. And again, I just haven't used RSS feeds all that much. But here it is. It looks a little weird because I have a different color setup and everything, different theme, so it will probably look a lot better on yours because it's great. Lime green on a white background just doesn't really cut it for most, but I can read it. Yeah, that's it really. It's as simple as just going to the menu and adding a new feed, and then just put the URL in.
Did you explain the Veto copy paste?
Yes.
So you can use Veto copy paste.
Yep. You can just go online, copy the URL, and just punch it in right there.
That seems pretty painless.
You'd think. Like I said, Windows Mobile 5, it's clunky, and some of the tools that I've shown make it a little bit easier, but it's still it just seems half-baked to me. Moving on to communication, I'll just try and run through this really quick. OctroTalk is like Trillion for WM5.
Or for some people, Pigeon.
Yes, yes. Here, it's just connecting to the internet. You have to set up all your accounts beforehand. If you're logged on to Trillion and then try to log on with this, it will either cut you off Trillion or it won't connect properly with OctroTalk. So you just got to either have 2 separate accounts for each or just not be signed on to both at the same time. Duh. But there it is. It uses AIM, MSN, Yahoo, and I think ICQ. It also works with Google Talk and Jabber. Yeah, there's all the accounts, everything's set up. And it has tabs, obviously, for each thing on the top. It has a different tab for whoever you're talking to. It's pretty easy to navigate, and it works. There's a couple alternatives out there. I'll try and list those in the show notes, because I've been looking to find a different one, just because this, like I said, I've been having trouble with Trillion and OctroTalk at the same time. For IRC, I use Smart IRC. There was one for Java called JMIRC that I used for a while, but that was just an extra step, having to go through the Java emulator and then into that, and then have to give it access and permission and everything. This is direct. It's simple. It's right there. And for some reason, I lost my configuration settings. Awesome. Yeah, whatever. You get the idea. There it is.
Have you tried Pocket IRC?
I have not.
Okay.
Is that for Pocket PC?
Yeah, runs on Windows Mobile 5. I think I covered that one in Pocket PC apps that don't suck.
Okay.
Which I think now Pocket IRC sucks.
Smart IRC's been good to me. It works really well. It's simple. There aren't a whole lot of options, but it works. Skype, you have to have a really good internet connection and unlimited data, preferably. For most of the programs I'm showing you, it would be best that you have an unlimited data connection, or at least really watch what you're doing. It's easy to go over and end up having a $1,000 phone bill just because you decided to stay on Skype and talk to your girlfriend or boyfriend all day.
You haven't talked to me that long.
Please load Skype. Yeah, so it's Skype, just like on your desktop. It's a little laggy because, like I said, it's only got my Q only has a 315 megahertz processor. Ooh, Mustang's on. I should give him a call.
We're running out of time, bitch. Hurry
I
up.
know, yeah. So you can call people. For my Q, you either have to have a headset or it pumps it right through your speakers, which is kind of annoying. You can't just talk on the phone just like normal.
Can you pipe the video through from the webcam?
It doesn't work with video, no.
I haven't gotten the same thing with my PDA or the N800.
The N800, yeah.
So just because if you get a device that says it has a built-in webcam, don't assume that Skype is going to use it properly.
Right. So there's Skype. I mean, I've used it a bunch of times. Even with a not so great connection, it works well.
Yeah, I can attest for that. It does work pretty good,
Yeah.
even on a crappy connection.
Yeah. Moving on to web browsers. There's so many out there. It's kind of hard to tell which ones are good and which ones are crap. I've used 4 primarily. I'm only going to go through 2. Minimo is Mozilla's mobile version of Firefox, as far as I can tell. It seems half-baked to me. I'm not even going to open it because it's a huge resource hog, and unless you have a touch screen, it's pretty difficult to navigate and use. For some reason, the left and right directional pads go down to different menus, and you press the space bar, it opens a new... I don't know. It's annoying. JB5 is another one that not too many people have heard of. It has the only unique ability of any of the browsers that I've used. It'll load the text and the body of a web page before it loads the pictures, which is really useful because then you can actually start searching through the site before the rest of it loads. It'll tell you the usage in the top corner, and you can access it. It's also good for if you have a download link in Internet Explorer, and Internet Explorer doesn't recognize it because it will only recognize .exe, .cab, and .zip right out of the box. You can edit those later, but it'll just say, file type not recognized, and just won't do anything. So you can grab the URL from that using Vedo copy paste, put it in here, and download it.
Can you access router HTTP admin pages using? I know you can do it with Minimo, but can you do it with that one?
You should be able to, yes, because it doesn't use a server client configuration.
Pocket IE will not work with any HTTP pages that are used for configuration at all. Period.
Yeah,
I know
sure that
Minimo
works.
will.
I haven't tried it all too much, but as far as I know, it works.
Yeah,
Next one that I use just about every day, just for research or just browsing, whatever, Opera Mini. Opera has 2 different versions for Windows Mobile. Opera Mobile?
I don't know.
Is that the one that you've used?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
It's called Opera. Yeah, Opera Mobile 8.65. I think is the newest one. I think that's $25, and then there's Opera Mini, which is a Java application. It's free. Very low system resources, surprisingly. Not too much to it, but it works really well. It's streamlined. They put a lot of effort into it. I've actually been using it since the beta of Opera Mini 3. It works really well. It's easy to navigate. You can figure stuff out quickly. Yeah, it works really well. It loads pages quickly. Like I said, it's not a huge resource hog. It initially, when you first open it, it asks you if you want the Java emulator to allow access to the internet connection. You have to say yes, and then yes again for that entire session. That's just the way the Java emulator works. It's not from Opera Mini. That's just how it is. It'll do that with any program that tries to access the internet or any of the other functions on your hardware, if it has access to them at all. The last program I'm going to show tonight is Skyfire. I was really excited about this for a while. I signed up for the private beta and waited about 3 or 4 months for it. It touts to have the ability to view online Flash animations, Ajax, and JavaScript, which no other browser can really do well or at all without lot of hacks and workarounds that you shouldn't have to do in the first place. But it's not out. It's not publicly available for download yet. It uses server client configuration, which means that when you go to Google.com, you're not directly accessing Google.com. You're sending the request to a server on Skyfire side. They format it to your browser. They compress things, whatever, and then they send it back to your phone. That's my understanding of it. That's just how it works. Opera Mini does the same thing. That's how they get the speed and the optimization down. There's some privacy concerns over that. I'm still not sure. Just don't do banking over Skyfire or Opera Mini or whatever. I'm not going to go to regular whatever. I'll just show you YouTube real quick just to prove that it works. Like I said, I waited for a long time for this to come out. I was really excited about it. It's a little bit disappointing because the video isn't awesome quality. It's a little bit choppy. And all of the ads, if there's flash animations or you know, the little punch the monkey in the face and get $1 million, those will all display in the same way that they will on Internet Explorer on your computer. So that can actually slow things down to a crawl. I'm hoping that they'll add in some kind of ad block capability, but at this point I really don't know. They just open up the forums and I don't know. But it's something to look forward to. It works really well for the most part. What the heck? What the... YouTube is really screwed up. I click the first link I find and it's a couple in bed with a green screen and so yeah, that's Skyfire. I can't really get too far into that. If anyone wants to see anything else about that, I can send them a video of it. I can't really send the Skyfire exe out because it's, you know, each one, since I'm in the beta, it's individually whatever. But I can show you more about it because it's a really cool program. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope it shed some light on the smartphone, because I know a lot of people have been hesitant, or they just haven't got a smartphone because it doesn't do what they want to right out of the box. But with some tweaks and hacks and some different programs that you wouldn't really normally find, it can be a really useful tool, and more than just a phone and just internet browser. So I hope this was helpful, and hopefully I'll be doing a couple future segments on GPS apps, QR codes. Fox and I are going to do a segment on QR codes and the different technology and use behind that. So.
And everyone on IRC wanted me to give you this.
Oh God!
Now clean it the fuck up and get out of my kitchen. I'm gonna get my ass kicked.